The landscape of Tuscaloosa is changing in the heart of the city's Tornado Alley. We'll show you what's coming down and which longtime business is saying goodbye. And nearly 50 years after 4 little girls were killed in a bombing at a Birmingham church, a new call to honor their lives. We'll show you how. Hi there, I'm Lynn Brooks. Terry Brewer has the night off. More on those stories in just a moment. But first, we start with a developing situation in Texas where there's been a shooting at a college. The latest now in our top story at 5 o'clock. It happened at the Lone Star College in Harris County. According to Harris County deputy constables, 3 people have been shot. Their condition is unknown. 1 person has been detained. Investigators are searching for a suspect who fled the campus. A school spokesperson says it appears the shooting was between 2 people. The campus is in the northern part of the Houston metro area. WVUA is covering Alberta City, where demolition is underway now on the Leland Shopping Center. Tuscaloosa City Councilman Kip Tyner says the center has been in disrepair for years, and after the April 27th tornado, he knew it needed to come down. Tyner says there's so much potential for the area of land that would benefit Alberta. The shopping center has been home to many businesses, including Wright's Restaurant. According to owner Barbara Dearman, Wright's Restaurant has been around since the late 1950s and will be closing its doors in the Leland Shopping Center on Saturday. But Dearman says they're rebuilding just down the road next to Hopewell Baptist Church.
We're gonna got our plans in works to build, and we hope to pretty soon, a few days, to start digging.
I know there are at least 2 retail developers out of Birmingham that were interested in that spot. I would love to see a hotel there. That's still very much a possibility.
Tyner says Family Dollar is also looking for a new location in Alberta City. And as far as Wright's Restaurant, owner Barbara Dearman says the plan is to be back up and running in 3 months. We'll have much more on the Leland Shopping Center coming up for you tonight on WVUA News at 6. It's been nearly 50 years since 4 young girls were killed in a church bomb in Birmingham. Now, Alabama leaders are wanting their lives remembered with the highest civilian honor Congress can bestow. On September 15, 1963, 14-year-old Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley, and 11-year-old Denise McNair were killed when white supremacists planted a bomb in the 16th Street Baptist Church. Outrage over that bombing drew national attention to the fight for civil rights for African Americans. Alabama lawmakers are now joining together to honor the lives of the victims. Birmingham Mayor William Bell Sr. says it's important for the dreams of those little girls to live on.
When I think about the 4 little girls who were killed in the bomb at 16th Street Baptist Church, and then I see my congresswoman, who is also a beneficiary of the movement, I only can think of what would the future have held for those 4 little girls. And that's why it's a burden on my, not a burden, but it's a responsibility on my shoulder as well as on the congresswoman's shoulder to make sure that we live out their dreams and we live out their hopes and we pass that dream on to the next generation 50 years forward.
Representative Terry Sewell is heading up those plans. Senator Richard Shelby and Representatives Backus and Bell are working with Sewell on that project. In New Mexico, a family of 5 has been killed, and the suspect is the 15-year-old son. Reporter Liz McKernan has the latest.
At a glance from Sky 7, this home in the South Valley looks like any other, but what happened inside is a different story.
We heard absolutely nothing. Just really heart-wrenching for families.
Neighbors are still in shock that 15-year-old Nehemiah Griego is accused of shooting and killing his parents and 3 younger siblings early Saturday morning. Action 7 News was first on scene later that night when authorities began combing through the evidence at the family home. According to these court documents, Nehemiah went to church and told people different stories, but all of them had the same theme. His family was dead. First, he told his girlfriend that his family was dead and they had been killed in a car crash. Shortly after, the teen went into his pastor's office where he told church leaders his family was dead inside his house. He stuck to his story once investigators took over. Inside his family van, deputies found 2 rifles and ammunition. Once the authorities started to question his timeline, the teen had a much different story to tell. According to the statement of probable cause, the 15-year-old said he had anger issues and was annoyed with his mom and had suicidal thoughts. So early Saturday morning, he took a rifle in his parents' closet and shot his mom as she slept and his 9-year-old brother when he woke up. Nehemiah then told authorities he lost his sense of conscience and went into his sister's bedroom where he shot the 5- and 2-year-old. The boy then told investigators he hid and waited more than 4 hours for his dad to come home, then shot him.
That was Liz McKernan reporting. New Mexico authorities say Griego had planned to go to a Walmart and randomly shoot people, and he had planned the attack for a week and wanted to die in a shootout with law enforcement. Officials say he also contemplated killing his girlfriend's parents. In Washington, D.C., President Obama started the first day of his second term with prayer at the National Cathedral. After dancing the night away at inaugural balls, the Obamas and Bidens attended the interfaith service this morning. That's a tradition dating back to George Washington. Clergy leaders from around the country participated. One pastor said the president had gifts that reach beyond politics.
God has given you a unique gift, Mr. President. Unlike any other president we've ever had, you have the ability to cast vision and inspire people. You should have been a preacher.
The president begins his second term with plenty on his plate: the debt ceiling, tighter gun control laws, action on the environment, and immigration reform, just some of the big issues on the president's radar. Alabama's big win over Notre Dame gave the Crimson Tide its 15th national championship, and it landed Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox a box of specialty chocolates. How about that? A win and candy. You might recall Maddox and South Bend, Indiana's mayor made a friendly wager. If Alabama won, South Bend's mayor would give Maddox a box of chocolates from South Bend Chocolate Company, and he would make a donation to Tuscaloosa's Storm Recovery Fund. Mayor Maddox just received the chocolates, and he opened the box today.
Hope to see you in South Bend one of these. When we have these opportunities where our communities are in the spotlight for several weeks, it's important that we take advantage of it, whether it's economic development or whether it's trying to get more funding for disaster relief. And so we see these as opportunities, and this friendly wager helps get attention.
And Maddox said if the tables were turned, he was supposed to send a slab of Dreamland ribs and donate money to their Boys and Girls Clubs. Well, while we're talking about the championship, if you weren't able to make it out to that big championship parade and ceremony, do not worry. Alabama's home team, WVUA, has it all for you, and you can get it with just a click of a mouse. WVUA's Terry Brewer and Gary Harris were on hand with a special show leading up to the championship parade and ceremony, and you can see that entire show at our website, WVUATV.com. The first part right there on our homepage, and you can see the parade and ceremony in their entirety just by clicking on the news link on our website.